Welcome to another Indecorous podcast, where ragtag purveyors of fact and farce join in the futile quest for knowledge. Have a laugh, learn a fact, and try out all our extra safe, child-proof life hacks. With us as always, we have Carlos, Bobby, and today our special guest, comedian Clint Noor. And I'm Ian. So we got a great show for you guys. I hope everyone's super excited. Let's just dive right in. Our lead topic this week. It turns out being a juggalo has another use, other than just letting the world know that you're filthy, corny trash. And we're going to do a deep dive on what exactly it is. We're going to talk about the ICP Insane Clown Posse, their culture, their fans, the phenomenon, and give them a little bit of justice after all the years and all the cruelty of all the punchlines they've become. So last year, Ticketmaster and Live Nation bought fancy AI facial recognition software to make sure concert goers were not terrorists. The AI would check the facial features of the merry concert goers against databases of known terrorists. But this fancy AI does not work on juggalos, as their makeup distorts and hides key facial features. So for all the shit that we give juggalos, it appears that they alone will be the beacon of hope to lead us in the revolt against AI technology that will soon enslave us all.
I think I love the fact that these idiots are somehow circumventing Big Brother surveillance. Like I'm picturing like a Planet of the Apes situation where somebody goes into outer space and comes back 3,000 years into the future, and like there's just the big government and juggalos. Like juggalos are the only ones that were able to survive.
Cockroaches.
Yeah, cockroaches and juggalos are the only ones.
It is amazing they've been around since 1989. I mean, 30 years of ICP.
Holy shit.
Think of all the bands that you actually like. They've come and gone.
Yeah.
Nirvana.
He's still trucking along.
That's right.
Outsurvived Nirvana. And
It kind of sounds like one of those things like where they somehow find out that chewing gum can bring down like $1 trillion jet. In full disclosure, I loved these guys when I was like 12 and 13.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
So did you clown makeup on your face, Logan?
No, I didn't do any of the makeup, but I had like bought T-shirts and stuff, and
Like what's one of their song? What's their magnus opus?
yeah, do they even have one?
God, I'm trying to the Great Malenko. I think
The Great
was one
Malenko?
of their
Of course.
the big
That old
albums.
classic.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't name you a single. I just knew that they were confused by magnets at one point. Isn't that a thing? Where like the world is full of surprises or some shit? You guys are familiar with this? It was granted, I learned it from an SNL sketch, but it was based on something real where they were just, they made a video about how amazing the world is. It's like, we don't know how to, magnets, how do they work? It's like, well, there's scientific explanations for a lot of these things, but sure, you don't know how they work, so it's magical.
I saw them in concert in 1999.
Really?
Reluctantly.
Why?
I don't know. Somebody had an extra ticket. I went. Nobody told me about the Faygo thing. So I just leave drenched in this poor people soda. Blue soda.
What's that rich people soda? Was that Jones soda or something?
Still getting the syrup out.
So if you could beat the AI and your two choices in life were become a juggalo and then you're safe from the machines and the robot, apocalypse, or just go ahead and let them take care of you and put you and enslave you, what do you pick? Do you go with the juggalos or you just keep your dignity intact and become a slave?
Juggalo.
Juggalo.
You go juggalo?
I've entertained it for 20 years now. Thinking about it.
So by this, did they still do the gathering of the juggalos?
They all the time.
So, like, if the terrorists wanted to, like, attack the gathering of the juggalos, they could. There's no way of recognizing them through the AI.
Right.
Okay. I'm not trying to give the terrorists any ideas.
Well, but I also feel like they kind of want to do something that's going to get news coverage and not like some sort of congressional medal or something,
I like how the dumb luck, they somehow have figured this out. It's like if they just accidentally figured out they just made an iWatch. Just at a concert. Trying to make a sandwich out of Faygo or whatever they do.
How old are these dudes? How old is
Yeah, this thing could be
Violent J and
50 now.
Shaggy?
Probably
yeah,
50, 'cause
right?
They were wrestlers in the 1990s, right? Didn't they wrestle?
They were?
think
Shaggy
wrestling?
has kids that are in the military. So, I don't know why I know this. I had an
Yeah,
interview
why
with
do
him.
you know this?
I
actually?
really, I know so much more than I.
I think if they were smart, like, isn't attendance down at NASCAR races? Like, they should merge with
there
the
you go.
insane.
There's got to be a lot of
Posse.
crossover. Wouldn't you think?
I would think
NASCAR
so.
and Juggalo.
It's like, I'm not saying you like both of them for sure, but if you
I like that they're getting to
Nah,
be Well, not even getting to be. They should. If they've been around since '89, they got to be at this point one of those throwback bands that like, oh, the oldies, nostalgia.
Right.
Like it's just weird to me to picture Insane Clown Posse just like I remember in the old days, and then they're just attracting a bunch of fucking old ass people at their concerts eventually.
Elderly
Oh, dear
juggalos.
Somewhere out there right now, there's a group of people practicing for their ICP cover band.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's right. People are requesting ICP like at weddings and shit.
Oh, man.
That seems like the premise of like a really good sci-fi movie. Like it's the IC cover band that beats the AI robot army. So just like the most unlikeliest of heroes comes to save the day.
What's funny is
They're called like the
they
Juggalos and Highs or something.
they probably wouldn't make that movie though. Like I don't think they have any like.
I'd watch that movie.
Like they don't know. Yeah, I probably would too. But I don't think it's like their artistic standards are keeping them from like making a movie. I don't know. Yeah, I'm actually more surprised that they haven't done that shit.
All right, pivoting to our next topic. When millennial slacking reaches a tipping point. This week in diverse social commentary, a father recently hired virtual assassins to kill his son online because he was spending too much time playing video games. The father, identified as Mr. Fang, was concerned that his 23-year-old unemployed son was spending too much time playing online video games. Mr. Fang was bummed out that his son wasn't looking for a job, so he came up with a novel solution. He hired a bunch of virtual assassins to repeatedly kill his son. So his theory was his son would get discouraged and just give up playing games if every time he logged on he was killed. He would then have no choice but to get off his lazy ass and get a job.
Was it like an ongoing contract? Where like, because he had like he's logged back on. Hit up one of the assassins, go get him. And then Wednesday, like one more time, he's still not looking for a job. I think he's back playing again. Please go get him.
Yeah, how do you measure that? Like, what's in the contract? Is it a certain number of kills? You have to get like 50 kills on his son? Is there like a quota here?
Before you collect a check, yeah.
I want to see the ad this guy put out to try and find these assassins and all correspondence thereafter.
I want to see the pay rate too, because I mean, if you could actually make a side hustle, be to kill some, shitty kids, I mean, that'd be pretty awesome.
I'm just wondering what the game, because I mean, most games, yeah, you get killed and you just come back, right? But this has to be such a relentless killing, like to discourage somebody from ever playing a game. It's like every 5 seconds into you revive, boom, you're dead again.
Yeah, I heard it was like as soon as his player ID logs on, they would be like, oh, he's online, and they would just immediately start killing him.
Everybody
finally goes, fuck it, I'm going back to college.
They just all fuck up on him. So, and the guy was like really smug apparently beforehand. That's what made it like super pleasurable for the father, because he would like always talk about how he's going to be a pro gamer and he's like the shit and all this, and the father was like, okay, hold my beer, I've got this,
How did he find out it was his dad, or did his dad just eventually tell him?
Well, I think the dad actually was, told him, and then somehow the Chinese press got wind of the story because one of the assassins told the press. So it became like an internet sensation over there in China.
I wonder if that's happened in other areas, like a kid's obsessed with football, and dad's just like, go crush this kid and put him in a wheelchair.
Oh, yeah, just tackle him.
So he'll go to college.
Yeah.
It's for his future, when you think about it.
Look, you ever see that Stephen Hawking kid? Get him like that. The dude's smart as shit.
It works out.
He was a star athlete up until...
Is there any way you can give my kid MS?
So here we're going to scrape the bowels of the internet to find the most amazing life hacks for those brave enough to dare. So set your moral compasses south and join us for this edition of Unethical Life Hacks.
All right. So if your phone is stolen, have a friend send you a fake text informing you that your whole family has died in a car accident. The robber will see it and feel sorry that you have to deal with that and have your phone stolen, and he will return it.
So going the sympathy route, basically.
Yeah, I like how the first comment is, he won't do that. Like the advice is super optimistic, and then the first person in the internet just shuts him the fuck up.
Shit didn't work on me, son.
Yeah. If somebody's stealing your phone, I wouldn't appeal to their conscience. You know what I mean?
I had this happen where somebody had taken my phone and I just put something on Facebook to ask people to just text my number the most horrific stuff they could. Well, it backfired because I logged on a new phone, and then I was just getting these text messages, the most horrific stuff I've ever seen.
Awesome.
I had an amazing thing happen to me where I lost my phone in the subway in New York City and got it back.
Wow.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
right? Like you would never... it wasn't stolen. I just left it there drunk, and then eventually somebody called it, and they're like, yeah, I got your phone.
Wow.
And I went and picked it up.
Dude.
Yeah, that's the most amazing New York City story.
Wow.
Somebody gave me back my fucking cell phone.
Oh, somebody's definitely killed that person. Just 'cause they're
It
too
has to
nice.
be.
They can't
Yeah,
survive
yeah.
that city.
I'm not sure they were a real person.
There are
Did
heroes.
you murder them, like, just to kind of prove the
Yes,
point?
just
Yeah.
to even the fucking score. You know
Street
what I mean?
smart, so yeah.
She's too nice for New York City. You're not going to survive here, kid.
You'll never make it here. All right. I was hoping it'd be something like they hire somebody to kill your kid's video game. Call back, huh? Before going to the doctor office, barber, dentist, etc., schedule fake appointments using fake name and fake phone number half an hour before your real appointment, so you're in the waiting room less long and it is less crowded.
So the person that
Yeah.
was the fake person's not there, so they just call the next in the queue.
Oh,
So you get a cut in line that way.
Be such a dickhead for doing this. And then so the comment underneath is, now this put a smile on my face. So people are actually doing this.
Is this why it takes me like a month to get in with my primary care physician?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I just don't have health insurance. It's just in there.
So you beat the system.
I never have to make an appointment. I just never I don't have health insurance.
That's an unethical life hack in and of itself.
yeah,
right there.
You never have to wait for the doctor if you can't afford to go to the doctor.
It'd
That'll
be
show
like,
him.
I'm not creative enough. So like the 4 appointments before me would all be the same guy with the same ailment. You know what I mean? Like oh, it's another person with a broken
It's
shoulder.
Flint Nor. That's about as creative as you can get with it. Oh, this is a short one. If you shit on the floor, everyone will fear you.
Oh no, I know this.
Something. I don't know if they'll fear you or be in disgust, but they'll definitely avoid you.
Like if you're the kid that gets picked on in high school,
And
that's
then you
probably
just-
a way to stop the bullies from.
Just shit on the floor. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be fear or disgust, but it'll get the job done. Nobody's gonna fuck with you after that.
The G.G. Allen, like,
Yeah.
G.G. Allen S.
Timing is critical, though, because like if you do it in elementary school, you're going to get made fun of the rest of your life. You do it as an adult, then you might get some
You have to
actually,
peak first, right?
there's a window because if you do it when you're like 83, then they're like, that's what he does.
Yeah, that's what he
And
does.
You just lucky he's not throwing it at you.
So we're all just waiting for that prime moment.
Mike is right though. I think you have to prove that you can prove that you can hold your bowels for a certain number of years.
You got to get that bowel respect.
Absolutely,
Street
bowel
cred on the
respect.
bowels.
23,
That's right.
you're like, you know what? Yeah,
You got to know the rules before you can break the rules.
that's
you know?
right. That's right.
Get free karma by taking your garbage to the beach and taking a picture with the bags. Then spread the garbage around and take another. Post them in opposite order with the trash tag hashtag.
So you're basically gaming the system to where people think you're saving the day and protecting the environment, but you're really just littering everywhere.
That's great. I actually like that.
Just all this garbage.
No wonder it's so popular.
That's really that could apply to anything. If you want to get points with the ladies, seem like you're a good Samaritan. Just take a pile of shit, fucking throw it everywhere, but take the pictures before you fucked it up, and they'll think that you were saving the day.
To be
not
honest,
fucking it
though,
up.
if I see somebody posting a picture like that, I'm like, fuck that guy.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
Just
Do it.
teach
Why are you
us
taking pictures?
Not to mention, so you're going to do it at the beach and you're going to ruin your chances with any women that are actually there in person in hopes that someone in Nebraska is going to slide into your DMs.
You
or
score the
something?
virtual thing, but
Yeah.
you don't have a shot at the ladies in the flesh.
Stop paying rent 2 months before you move your move out date to get 2 months rent free.
So the backstory on this one is
Just don't pay rent. That's okay. I could.
it's like there's renters, like they have certain rules that they have apparently 60 days before they get evicted.
Oh, yeah.
So you can sort of use that grace period to, notify them, not pay. And it works if you're essentially not paying with a credit card. If you're doing cash, I guess that would work.
For me personally, because I'm like 38 years old, I think I've only had my name on the lease maybe once in my entire life. Most of the time, it's just, I'm just sort of existing, paying cash, and flying under the radar.
So if you don't mind running your credit or you have cash, this life hack might be for
I was
you.
going to say, this will work once.
It'll work
Yeah,
once.
right?
Yeah.
Just squatting. That's
Maybe
really
do
the
this
advice.
before your
Just squatting.
suicide? Yeah.
All right. If a service dog without a person approaches you, it means the person is down and in need of help. Follow the dog and you'll get a free purse or wallet. I can dig it. But it depends on how far the service dog is from the person, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I love to get a free purse or a wallet, but I hate walking.
What if you just took the dog?
Do what?
Just take the dog.
Oh, I'll do
yeah.
that. I'll take the dog, but I'm not, I'm not gonna follow it back to the person.
A trained service animal is like $5,000 easy.
Yeah, right.
You're just gonna go pick up things that are gonna tie you to the crime.
I just go to Craigslist like service dog.
I think you asked the dog, is your owner chipped?
So you win either a dog or a purse or wallet, depending on your level of fitness, I guess. So next up is our morbid curiosity of the week. If you have a weak stomach, or you're getting ready to sit down and enjoy a biscuit, this is the part where you should hit pause and walk away because shit's about to get weird. Last month, the Food and Drug Administration sent out an emergency alert. 2 people had recently undergone fecal transplants and developed multi-drug resistant infections from the bacteria in the stool they were given. One of these 2 people died, and now terrified consumers are second-guessing the safety and wisdom of the fecal transplant life hack.
All right, so they're doing this because they can't shit, so you get other people's shit to shit?
Exactly.
Right, because that's good bacteria. That shit has good
Oh,
bacteria.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't shit, so I'm going to take your shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of scientific
I would do that.
research. What?
I would receive, because it's
receive
shit.
other people's shit?
Yeah, because it's not like it's shit. So it's my shit's is still shit. So your
Right.
shit is no different than my shit. I
Well,
don't think
no,
I'd
but
have
their
that problem.
shit is less shitty than your shit because your shit, you can't do
That's
shit with
true.
your shit.
You have better
But we
shit.
don't get nutrients out of our shit, do we?
No,
the
I guess
nutrients
not.
already
The gut
are part
bacteria.
of it.
You could do this, or you can drink kombucha.
Yeah, I don't understand
Okay,
this at all, but do you guys want to invest in my clinic?
Yeah.
I think, based on that paragraph,
So people
We
are
could sign
clearly
some people
just
up.
choosing laziness over dignity, the way I see it, because everyone knows if you're constipated, just exercise, eat a couple vegetables, right? But people are like, oh, fuck that. I'll just take some other guy's poop and shove it up my ass. So that's a bit of a head
How about
scratcher.
just drink a lot? Like, I drink a lot, and it takes me a while before I have another solid shit, And there's laxatives, too.
Oh, that's
It
another-
seems like such an extreme to get other people's shit injected into you. Or, I mean, I don't know how they fucking do it.
yeah, I don't know if I follow the benefit of it. Like,
I
what,
don't
what are
either.
people
So this
attempting to
new
accomplish?
bacteria, I can't believe I'm answering this. Like I dated
educate us,
a
Clint.
a
As a
GI
connoisseur
doctor.
of other people's shit.
Right. Of all
That's
the things
why-
to know more than I should about it, I didn't even go to
That's
college.
why we have you here, man. It's because you know shit.
I'm told that you're the bacteria that grows off this shit will then get into your gut and then start producing, and you will start producing good bacteria.
colonizing.
in your,
Okay.
yeah, there we go. It's that's a word that I would never
And
come up with. on my
was
own.
shit the
Colonizing,
only way
no
to
pun
get it
intended.
there, or just to make it funnier?
There's probably
Oh, man.
Where does it, like, do they put it up your ass?
that's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
I mean, I would
Or
sure
they-
fucking hope so. The alternative is like,
You
gotta eat it.
They have to,
Oh,
they
you actually have to
freeze
eat
it
it.
into shit
you gotta eat
dildos.
it.
Yeah. It's not really as much surgery as it's just like snuff film stuff. Right? They record if you let them record you eating the shit, then you get a discount on the whole
Yeah.
operation.
Slightly unrelated, but is scat porn still illegal, or is that just like the Wild Wild West now? Anything?
Do you have
goes?
like a pending case?
Scat porn is poop, right?
No, it's jazz.
just a curiosity?
Can you imagine the first doctor that presented this to his colleagues? It's like, I know you haven't heard this term, guys. Fecal transplant. Stay with me.
Right.
Like,
He just accidentally found this out. Like, he was like, I was shoving shit up my ass, and you know what? I feel great.
Hey, as long as we can build the insurance companies, bring it on. So we're going to pivot over to fact or farce, where we dazzle you and literally blow your brains all over the fucking wall. You will be the hero around the water cooler tomorrow as you regurgitate the amazing truth that you will soon learn. One of us might be lying and making up shit. We'll have to call each other's bluff as we play fact or farce. So I'll take the lead on this one, gang. So you guys can call fact or farce on this.
Mm-hmm.
The person that invented the Frisbee, when he died, he was cremated and had his ashes turned into a Frisbee.
I'm gonna say it's true because why not? Like the guy invented the frisbee, which is just basically a plastic plate. Like he was just the first one to throw a plastic plate, and like, hey, this might fly in the air. So why not? He seems like the kind of dude that if he's gonna monetize a flying plate.
The bar is pretty low for him.
Yeah,
so
so
no
he's
need
like,
to do
yeah, fuck
anything.
it. Why
Doesn't have
not?
a pedestal, you know.
I don't think he has deep religious roots.
It'd be kind of cool if it had some deep meaning behind it, though. Like, people were always trying to avoid him in life. So make it easy to get him away from them in death.
Yeah, he kept trying to get dogs to bite him, and they never would. So now in death,
Now in death.
he'll finally be in the mouth of a dog.
All right, I'll call this one. It is in fact true. So you guys were correct.
Well, I was correct. They didn't even guess.
Oh,
Well, I didn't get a guess
oh shit! Oh, fuck.
on this.
No, I mean, but I proposed such a great,
Yeah,
Now
I
I'm
mean,
gonna guess
you were
true.
too convincing. No one's
I
going to
was
argue
too
against.
convincing. Yeah, exactly.
No one's going to argue against the dog winning the frisbee.
You remember in the early '90s when they had 1-800-COLLECT?
Oh yeah. Was that Carrot Top? Or was he the other one?
I forget if
Call
that
AT&T.
1-800-COLLECT was it Sprint?
It was MCI.
I think it was
one of
MCI.
them.
That's right. Back when it was still MCI. Well, since it was so popular, AT&T launched another service, a competing service, and they call it 1-800-OPERATOR. But the problem was that people are so dumb that they didn't know how to spell operator. So instead of spelling it like operator with an OR, they would spell it with an ER at the end. And apparently, the people that had 800-COLLECT were smart enough to get that number. So all that business that would have been going to AT&T
dude.
was going to MCI.
That is fucking epic.
Wow, that's like the Kramer thing when he did with the movie phone.
It's like when you buy Pornhub.com.
555 Filk.
Pornhub. Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like modern day when people take the URL, the misspelled URL, because they're going to get so many more people going to get them. Because
Dude, that is sinister genius.
it is. Because I think it's like you're never going to go broke banking off of dumb people.
So I'm calling this true fact because I want it to be true. That's just too good.
How about you, Clint?
Do you think it's true, or are you calling this?
I'm going to go true on this, yeah.
How about you, Mike?
True.
Well, let me Google it and I'll find out if it's true. Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. I couldn't make that up.
That's actually a really.
I mean,
fucking
it's
good one,
true as far as I saw it on a meme. And when have memes
Is
ever
there-
been wrong?
You find a higher form of truth,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk.
Like
all right?
I didn't call the CEO of MCI in the early '90s to find this out. So yeah, as far as the internet says, it's true.
Fact or farce? Fecal transplants. I'm calling bullshit. Look, if I don't understand it, all right, it's not a real thing. Okay.
Can't be a thing.
All right, then I'm going to say false.
Yeah. I mean, I read that on the internet, so but yeah, I'm going to say false.
All right.
What do you say, Clint?
Oh, what? Fecal transplants? Oh, true. Did you hear all that stuff I was saying about it? I'm an expert in the subject. I know it's true. It's like Santa Claus.
For the listeners, Clint is now pulling out his certificate of
Just poop.
fecal transplant.
He's pulling out his shit.
That's right. Proving you.
So pivoting over to our next topic, dark histories of our favorite corporate overlords. This week, we're doing Coca-Cola. So everyone knows this evil drink. It was invented in 1886 by a morphine addict named John Pemberton. The original recipe for Coca-Cola contained cocaine as one of the main ingredients, hence the name Coca-Cola. Now, a lot of people already knew that cocaine was originally one of the main ingredients, but what people don't realize is the story of why the company got rid of it. And it turns out they got rid of cocaine for horribly racist reasons. In 1899, Coca-Cola started selling drinks in bottles. The bottles were very popular among African Americans because they didn't have access to fountain pop due to segregation laws. However, this started a panic among some white middle and upper class people. Some very vocal members of those communities were terrified that black people who were empowered by cocaine drink might start attacking them, and they wouldn't be able to stop it. So in response to these irrational fears, Coca-Cola started to phase out cocaine from the recipe in 1903 and replace it with caffeine and even more sugar.
And crack.
And crack. So what do you guys think of this? Were you guys aware that A, it had cocaine, and B, they stopped using the cocaine for horribly racist reasons?
I'd heard of the cocaine shit. I didn't know they had taken it away because too many black people were drinking.
Why did black people drink Pepsi?
I think this is before Pepsi.
Okay.
I just assumed it was a cost issue where companies will inevitably take out the quality ingredients from their product that made them popular in the first place.
Where do we get this printout, by the way? Because there's a lot of spelling errors in that.
So
I've never seen cocaine without the last E.
Yeah, so I've been typing this up, and I have it on.
It's shorthand, bro.
Oh, that's true. All right.
So do you guys have any concept of when you misspell something so many times that you can't get to go through and it just tells you, would you like to add this to the dictionary? Yeah. What fucking dictionary is that? The dictionary of words Ian can't spell? Because it's got all these spelled in my
What computer program let you get away with it?
I didn't want to say anything, but we've been noticing the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll get a little bit better spell checking text editor for next time. All right, so in 1986, a right-wing paramilitary unit showed up at a Coca-Cola bottling plant in Colombia. When one of the plant's union executives inquired as to what the squad wanted, they opened fire on him, killing him. Later that night, the paramilitary group went on to the union headquarters where they destroyed the equipment and burned the place to the ground and all the records. So, slightly passive-aggressive way to say Coca-Cola is not union-friendly.
Yeah, so people make Pablo Escobar to be out this crazy murderer, but then apparently that's just what they did.
Yeah.
in every business down there. That's just you just enforce. Oh, you disagree, you just kill people.
Next point here, why Coca-Cola is evil. It takes almost a gallon of water to make a quarter of Coca-Cola, and this becomes a huge problem when Coca-Cola sets up bottling factories in places that don't have a lot of water, like South America, India. The bottling plants use up all the groundwater repeatedly, leaving the entire cities without drinking water for days. This would be like making everyone on their street ration their water, like Mondays are shower days, and Tuesdays you can flush the toilet, because some rich asshole keeps emptying and refilling his Olympic-sized swimming pool every day.
Wait, I don't see the problem, because we all know like India and South America doesn't inhabit people, right?
Yeah, that's right.
People don't live
I mean, not real people.
No.
Not the ones that matter.
Not white people. Do non-white people need water, really? I mean, maybe that's a question for another podcast.
You being native Colombian, do you know anything about this?
I
heard about
used to drink Coca-Cola, and it never seemed to be an issue. I never ran out of water.
Why don't these people just replace water with Coca-Cola?
There you go. Maybe they could.
When you go to bathe, Coke.
Oh yeah, they could put on their crops.
Yeah, right.
Maybe
Water the crops.
Maybe the crops could do a better job.
Right.
I'm starting to notice
Water
a
your
theme
hummus.
here because I think it takes like a gallon of water to grow one almond also. So, we're just very, very wasteful people.
Yeah. Maybe we need to be more efficient with this water.
So Coca-Cola has publicly stated their biggest threat is that people are getting too obese from their product and are revolting and living a healthier lifestyle. They are so aware of this that they are now paying schools more money when they allow them to have exclusive rights to be the sole beverage provider. So schools that have healthy options like milk and juice, they get less kickbacks from Coca-Cola. So not every brand is that self-aware of the carnage and chaos that they cause. Like I've always wondered, how self-aware is baking soda? In corporate meetings, they put up a pie chart and they say like, 25% of our business from little old ladies baking cakes. They're holding pretty steady. We're doing good there. Now in 2020, we're expecting a big uptick in sales from our cocaine business. Like, do they have that sort of self-awareness like Coca-Cola has? And do other companies realize that their product is used for devious things?
It would be kind of cool if those companies that sell like the roses that come with like the little glass stems just had no idea that people smoke crack out of those.
I was just thinking that too because I've been in stores as a person with a drug history. I used to buy those little roses, but also they would sell tiny little thumb-sized chore boys, which you couldn't clean anything with, but they're just for
it's just
putting
like
it in the pipe to filter. Yeah, Brillo pads that are just tiny. They're the size of a quarter, basically.
And
it's just for smoking crack.
But it was one of the situations where you can't be like, hey, you got something to clean a crack pipe? And they'll be like, no, that's not what we do here. And then they won't sell anything to you at that point? Like,
No.
you can't-
Might I interest you in these roses?
Yeah.
There was a place where you could go. I used to do day labor, and you could go to this gas station down the street. You could buy a rose. They would cash your check without any questions asked. And that's where I think I saw the little thumb-sized chore boys.
What are they?
Or chore boys or whatever, Brillo pad. Basically.
Okay.
You know, those little, wiry.
We can't understand all your drug slang.
I know. I know.
We're going to pivot over here to Pornhub comments of the week. We heroically watch hundreds of hours of porn each week just to find these gems. The noble task of sitting through countless hours of bukkake, cuckolding, and senseless midget gangbangs just to bring you the best Pornhub comments of the week. On this week's edition of Pornhub Comments of the Week, we are doing shameless self-promotions.
This one is from Bleep. I don't even know how to say that. Anyway.
B-L-E-O-B-S.
Yeah. Bleobs. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like I'm trying to figure out a vanity tag on the spot, you know?
It looks like Ian spelled it.
You know what's hotter than this? The houses of the people whose furnaces I repaired last winter. Beely Oil Burner Service.
Oh, it's an acronym.
Oh, okay.
It was an acronym. And should we help him out and give you the
URL?
URL?
Yeah. Well, there's one of our sponsors now, right?
www.bleobs.com.
Beely OBS. At Taco Bell Official commenting, our meat is better. Come try out our $5 double chalupa box. Only at some participating restaurants.
God damn it, I want that at mine. That's definitely a strong one to close on. And if you're not going to get behind Taco Bell after they shamelessly promote themselves on Pornhub, I mean, what are you going to get behind them for?
To fuck them.
Yeah, right?
There you go.
The ass. Get some fecal transplants. Am I right?
Yeah, there you go.
So what do you think? Coca-Cola? We got a lot of companies, a lot of brand names.
So needless to say, we're probably not going to get sponsors. We're probably sponsors dropping.
But you get that furnace, man. That's it.
There you go.
Well, we can get fecal transplant. Do we know any fecal transplant officers that might want to sponsor our podcast?
I can find those.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I'm plugged into the
Okay.
community. I think I'll check message books.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Clint's got us on that one.
Yep.
All right, gang. So I hope you guys enjoyed our episode. Check us out next week. Any final thoughts?
Stefan will be
fecal
back.
transplants, do it.